Hi, this is Mrs. Ariaga with the library team, and I'm going to show you how you can create a podcast using GarageBand. GarageBand is an application that you have on your laptop, and you can access it by looking for the guitar icon in your dock. If you don't see the guitar icon, you can always search for GarageBand using the spotlight feature in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. I'm going to click on the guitar icon. I can see that new project is highlighted in the left-hand side navigation. I can see that podcast is already highlighted. You can see if I highlight the other ones, it moves the blue square. I want to create a podcast, so I'm going to make sure podcast is highlighted, and then I'm going to select or click choose. I can then name my project, and then I'm going to click create. So I can now see the dashboard for GarageBand. I can see that I have a podcast track, and I can select whether I want a male voice or a female voice. I'm going to keep mine at female voice, and I can record my podcast by clicking on the red record button at the bottom of the screen. So I'm going to select this. This is a test recording. To stop it, I just click the blue button, and then I can drag it back, and I hit the space bar to play. This is a test recording. To stop it, I just click the... And I hit the space bar again to stop. So let's say I don't like this. I make sure this is highlighted. It currently is highlighted. If I just click anywhere outside of the podcast track, it will unhighlight it. I'm going to highlight it because I want to delete it. And if I hit the delete key on my keyboard, it will delete it. So I'm just going to create one more podcast so that we can work with that one. Welcome, Mariners. I hit the blue button. And let's say I want to share this with others. So I'm going to click share at the top of my screen, and then I want to send podcast to iTunes. So I'm going to click the first one. And you can see that you have options to change the names. I'm going to keep it in my iTunes playlist. I am the artist. We'll keep myself listed as the composer. And we will change the album name to Welcome, Mariners. You want to be sure that when you compress your podcast, you're always selecting MP3 encoder. So make sure that's checked. And we can keep it at audio setting for musical podcast. And then I'm going to click share. And continue. And I can see at the bottom of my screen that iTunes is starting to become activated. Welcome, Mariners. And so there it is. And if I want to share this with others, an easy way to do this is to drag this to my desktop. And there it is. And so if I want to iChat it to my teacher, for example, I'm going to iChat this to Mrs. Stanton. I would just drag this to the chat box in iChat and click return, and Mrs. Stanton will now see my podcast. So now you know how to create a podcast and share it with others. This presentation was brought to you by the library team.